The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Sorry about my voice. I'm not feeling well. Home sweet home. When we go southwest, it's a north. We'll always come back home because this is our motherland. This is the land that nature has given to us. And this is the most precious thing on earth. And that is why everybody worldwide is fighting to come to Africa, is fighting to take dominion. And that is why they are doing everything possible to get us leaders that they can easily control. Because we have the most amazing land on earth. No matter how much they try to move us away from this land, we'll always find a way of coming back. Because the time has come that even nature is bringing us back. All the lies that they've told, we are now seeing the light. Dr. Arikana and over 700 African descendants arrived in Burkina Faso. And Captain Ibrahim Traore are all the savior, the protector, the unifier, the messiah, the king of kings, the most loved. Welcome them with open hands because this is their home. And Dr. Arikana gave us a very powerful speech. According to her, last year when they came, Captain Ibrahim Traore said something that we should go out there and preach the message to the world. And this, they didn't play with it. And that is why they came back times 3 or 4 of the number that visited last year. Because this is our home and everybody is encouraged to come back home. No matter how much they try to separate us, we should always know that we are one people. Africa is our root and we must come back. According to her, they are trying to finish what their ancestors couldn't do because a lot of black people tried to come back to Africa and they couldn't make it. But their descendants are ready to complete what their forefathers couldn't finish. And this is why we are saying that Africa, we need to unite.
We want to thank you for welcoming us once more back home to Burkina Faso. We were here last year. There were 130 of us. Mr. President, Captain Ibrahim Traore, we are back with 4 times that number. In your speech last year, you called all of us to be ambassadors of Burkina Faso. We want you to know we took that instruction very seriously and we have been the ambassadors of Burkina Faso. In spite of the negativity coming out of some corners of this world, the descendants of the formerly enslaved you see today, they are the renegades who said, we know the truth about Burkina Faso and that no one is going to tell us not to go home to Burkina Faso. So it is my honor to introduce you to your children in the diaspora, particularly descendants of the formerly enslaved who are here to complete the journey of return on behalf of their ancestors. When the children of Africa were taken out of Africa as slaves, all they ever wanted to do was to go back home. So right here in Burkina Faso, we have a president who understands that it is a sad situation that over 400 years later, not a single African head of state has called for the children of Africa to come back home. President Ibrahim Traore is making that call. It is here here in Burkina Faso that we shall conclude the journey of return. And all of you are bringing with you the spirits of your ancestors to put them back to rest right here in Burkina Faso. So, Mr. President, we're here to show our solidarity with the Sahel nations. We spent the first week having conversations which we called Pan-African conversations, where we spoke truth to power, where we talked about the issues that we felt were pivotal in order for Africa to move forward based on the realities of today. And that resolution that we came up included issues such as discussions pertaining to establishment of a Pan-African television and a Pan-African radio station, which is going to be based right here in Burkina Faso. We felt that was a good place to start in order to counteract the negativity coming out of Western media. We need to undo the lies. We need to undo the misinformation. Children of Africa at home and in the diaspora deserve to know the truth and nothing but the truth. There are many other issues that are in the resolution which shall be presented to you through the Foreign Ministry. But in our resolution, we were committed, and we are showing our solidarity, and we are letting the world know, as a united front of African diaspora, we support the Sahel nations. The fearless and transformational leadership coming out of Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali must be supported by any means necessary. Your Excellency, Mr. President, as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, you represent everything we have ever wanted in an African man. Burkina Faso has shown us the way. Burkina Faso has let us know that the bully can be defeated. The citizens of Burkina Faso have done all the heavy lifting. The least we can do is be there to support them. So in addition to supporting the revolution that's taking place in the Sahel, we're also here to invest in Burkina Faso. And like Reverend Maponga said, and I hope some of you will find wives and you'll find husbands right here in Burkina Faso. We all could not be here today if it were not for the amazing work being done under the leadership of His Excellency Ambassador General Kasum Coulibaly. His Excellency Kasum Coulibaly, through the Burkina Faso mission in Washington, D.C., has made all it possible for all of you to be here today. Mr. President, I want you to know that Burkina Faso is extremely well represented in Washington, D.C. And through Also, from the embassy to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, our welcome has been nothing but magical. It is my humble opinion, Mr. President, that should you have a competition among the ministries in Burkina Faso, that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs should receive the award for the best, most achieving ministry in the government of Burkina Faso. On that note, I was given 5 minutes. I was telling the ambassador, I said, Ambassador, are you sure you want me to go with 5 minutes? I might take 45. I will be respectful of the time, and I do believe my VP is raising his finger to tell me my time is up. But once again, Mr. President, we are so excited, and all of us are looking forward to becoming permanent residents of Burkina Faso. And hopefully, in short order, all of us, as we invest and acquire our homes, will become permanent citizens. Thank you again, Mr. President, for the opportunity.
Our unity is our strength. Other people are benefiting so much from our talent. These people are always hunting after Africans. They claim Africans, we do not have talent. We can do this, we can do that. But these people are always feeding on the African talent. And that is the reason to which they do not want us to come together. Because the moment we move back home, their economies are going to come to an end. Already they are struggling. So they have to always create a narrative to separate us. But one thing we should understand as Africans, we are all one people. We are all one people. And before we can feel complete, it's only Africa that we can find our completeness. And that is why wherever we go as Africans, nobody regards us. This is the only place you come and walk freely as a black person without anybody looking at you in a different way. So, our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, Africa is your root. Africa is your home. Like some of us have this ideology, I don't know where we had it from, of Israelite, Jews, and whatever. What we know as Africans is that we are Africans. There is no Jew or Israelite here. Let's unite. Our strength lies in our unity. And before we can defeat these people, we need to unite. As much as they are doing everything possible to separate us, we need to close the gap. Until we close this gap, we'll continue to be inferior to the rest of the world. And thus, we do not want it to happen. And thus, we need to break free from it. And thus, we need to fight against it, so that our generations that will come will inherit a better Africa. We need to rise up to fight for that better Africa, because we are the only ones that can set ourselves free. There is no one that is more important than the black person. But if we continue to live in the dreams that other people created for us, they will continue to keep us where they want us and will continue to be inferior to other races. So it is you and I, our responsibility to rise up and fight for that better Africa. Who is like you? We are the only people that you can never have a photocopy. Any other race that you want to be, you can gladly, if only you have the money, be like others. So why are you not proud of who you are? Captain Ibrahim Traore, we thank you, and on the behalf of the Sahel, for organizing these things and asking our brothers and sisters to come back home. For over how many years that Africans are always sitting in AU preaching the coming back of our brothers, yet none of them is taking bold steps, because they know if they do that, they are going to hurt their imperial masters. So they will always do things to please them, because these leaders have been taken away, trained by them, and brought to be head of states. So they can never do anything that will be in the interest of the African. This is a very beautiful day and the perfect time to live as an African, because we are reconnecting. And this is the time that we need to be careful, because as we are fighting for our unity, these people are also doing everything possible in their power to make sure they separate us. So if care is not taken, we'll continue to fall victims to the plots of other people. This is information age, and we should use this age to our advantage. This is not a time that we need to listen to the stories they tell us. Africa's story must be told by Africans. And if we want to hear the truth about ourselves, then we need to start listening to ourselves and not the black people in the guise of white skins, because a lot of them are operating for their masters and not for you, the African. We will always tell you the truth of what is happening in our continent, and that is why we are calling for unity. And I thank you all for always supporting this channel so that together we can unite and fight for the motherland. There is none that is like us. Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. Who is like you, the black person? So why are you trying to be other people when other people are fighting to take what you have? United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world in Africa, West Africa, and in Burkina Faso.